Hello, you are watching Daily News and let's have a look at the headlines.
The Joint Coordination Committee of the Cambodia-Laos-Vietnam Development Triangle convened 8th meeting. First Media Center for Nuclear Power made debut in Hanoi. The ASEAN-India car rally arrived in Vietnam with 124 members from both sides.
Indian President Pranab Mukherjee received a high-level delegation from the Vietnam Fatherland Front headed by President VNA in New Delhi on December 7.
Addressing the meeting, President Mukherjee welcomed the Vietnamese delegation's visit to India, saying that it takes place at the time when the two countries are celebrating their 40th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations and the 5th year of their strategic partnership. He spoke highly of the long-lasting traditional relations between the two countries, which were founded by President Ho Chi Minh and Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and cultivated by successive leaders from the two sides. The Indian president stressed that India appreciates Vietnam's strategic position and attaches importance to tightening and strengthening its ties with the Southeast Asian country. He added that two-way trade is expected to reach $7 billion by 2015, despite current economic difficulties. President Dam said he hopes generations of leaders from the two countries will continue strengthening and accelerating the bond so that it is worthy of each side's potential. He affirmed that Vietnam supports India's efforts to become a permanent member of the UN Security Council and continues to support its Look East policy.
Deputy Minister of Industry and Trade Ho Thị Kim Thoa and British Ambassador to Vietnam Anthony Stokes signed the minutes of the 6th session of the Vietnam-UK Joint Economic and Trade Committee on December 7.
At the signing ceremony, the two sides repeated the commitment to intensify bilateral ties in all fields mentioned in the 2010 Strategic Partnership Agreement, which stresses the Joint Economic and Trade Committee as a mechanism to discuss important issues on trade and economic ties. Thoa said that the two sides reached a consensus in the establishment of a working group on pharmaceutical products to discuss related issues and proposals to improve current regulations on intellectual property and mandatory registration of clinical trials. Stokes is pledged to continue supporting Vietnam's financial services, including training in banking and aiding Vietnamese banks that want to establish operations in the UK.
The Joint Coordination Committee of the Development Triangle of Cambodia, Laos and Vietnam convened its 8th meeting in the Central Highlands province of Kon Tum on December 7. The meeting aimed to discuss measures to boost the development of the triangle.
Ministers from the three countries spoke highly of the implementation of the agreement on the management and administration of the Development Triangle website. They also recognized Japan's aid of $20 million for projects serving regional socio-economic development. The ministers emphasized the need to prioritize the development of rubber tree plantations to attract investors to the region. The committee will also organize a Development Cooperation Conference in 2013 and assign the ASEAN Development Bank to act as strategic partner to call for financial assistance. It will send a joint delegation to study the Lao Bao Dan Savan border gate model between Vietnam and Laos to apply to other threat borders in the region. The 9th meeting of the committee and other relevant meetings will be held in Cambodia in 2013.
Vietnam introduced its investment and business opportunities to Indonesian investors at a workshop in Jakarta on December 7. The event was jointly organized by the Vietnamese Embassy and Commercial Affairs Office.
The workshop held at the Vietnamese Embassy in Jakarta attracted the participation of delegates from 60 Indonesian businesses and foreign investors in Indonesia. Addressing the workshop, Nguyen Xuân Thuy, Vietnamese ambassador to Indonesia, highlighted the development of traditional and friendly cooperation between the two governments and peoples. He affirmed that during Prime Minister Nguyen Tân Dũng official visit to Jakarta last year, the two countries' leaders agreed to raise bilateral cooperation to a strategic partnership with a target of reaching two-way trade turnover of $5 billion by 2015. Two-way trade turnover between Vietnam and Indonesia reached $3.7 billion in 2011. It is estimated to hit $4.5 billion this year, and is likely to reach the target of $5 billion before 2015. However, Indonesian business investment in Vietnam is modest at about $343 million. It is considerably less than some other ASEAN members, including Singapore, Thailand, and Malaysia.
The Steering Committee of the Mekong Delta Economic Cooperation 2012 Forum held a conference in the Tiền Giang province on December 7 to summarize the forum's activities and issue a joint statement proposing mechanisms, policies, and measures to develop quality and sustainable agriculture in the region.
The joint statement affirmed the committee's members' promise to strengthen cooperation by studying the Mekong Delta Plan on climate change adaptation, as well as supplementing and complementing regulations on land use planning. On the basis of reviewing mechanisms and policies for the region's key products, the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development will coordinate with other relevant ministries and agencies to issue suitable mechanisms and policies that will support the production and consumption of rice, seafood and fruit in the region. The document emphasized the need to strengthen links in the Mekong Delta, support and multiply the model of large-scale fields in an effective way, and develop craft villages while promoting investment, trade and tourism based on each locality's strengths and the common interests of the whole region. In addition, the ministries, agencies and localities agreed on measures to exploit the regional provinces' available resources in a reasonable and effective way on the basis of strengthening cooperation from Mekong Delta Economic Cooperation Tiền Giang 2012.
The first Media Center for Nuclear Power made its debut in Hanoi on December 7. Located at Hanoi University of Technology, the center will provide visitors basic knowledge on nuclear power and its development in the world.
The center is a cooperative result between Vietnam and Russia. It aims to give the community an understanding on various issues related to nuclear power. With 3D projectors, an advanced sound system and modern equipment, visitors can search for information and vivid images that explain the development process of nuclear power in various countries around the world. The center will provide information for the community, raising their awareness of nuclear power and the safety of nuclear power stations. It will introduce to young people a new passion for high technology, inspiring them to study and work in the field. The center has various programs that help visitors explore the realm of nuclear power and material, the Earth and solar system, history of astronomy and space exploration, as well as cities around the world.
A transnational march to mark 2 decades of the India-ASEAN Dialogue Partnership has arrived in Vietnam with 134 members representing India and 8 ASEAN countries.
The ASEAN-India Car Rally kick-off in Yogyakarta City on Indonesia's Java Island on November 26th. Lasting until December 20th, the journey covers other ASEAN countries of Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos and Myanmar. In Vietnam, the group made stopovers at the southern provinces of Tây Ninh, Bình Dương, Bình Phước and Ho Chi Minh City. During the stay in Ho Chi Minh City, the crew will join activities to promote Ho Chi Minh City as a dynamic city as well as a tourism destination. According to the Chief Minister of Indian Assam State, Thagun Gogoi, the rally helps foster friendship and cooperation as well as tighten the connectivity between Vietnam and India.
That comes to the end of our news today. Thank you for joining us and see you next time.